Like a waterfall in slow motion.
Okay, last question, number 5. We're going to solve each equation for the variable, and in this case, both of these are x. Okay, so let's look at part A. This is part A here. So if we want to solve this equation for x, what we need to do is get it out of this exponent form, right? So what we have now is 3 to the 4x minus 5 is equal to 38. So what we need to do in order to reverse the effect of this exponential is to use a log, with base 3 in particular, to bring that down. So if we log base 3 each side, these ones cancel out and we get 4x minus 5 is equal to log base 3 of 38, which is a little bit strange, but we can just leave it there and treat it as a number for now. Okay? We can whip out the calculators later. So if we add 5 to both sides, then those ones cancel out on the left, and we get 4x is equal to 5 plus log base 3 of 38. Okay? And then finally, we just divide by 4 on both sides, so we get x is equal to 1 over 4 times 5 plus log base 3 of 38. And if we punch all of that into our calculator, then we're just going to get an answer somewhere around 2.078. Okay, so that's the answer for part A. Now let's work on part B here. So if we want to get x by itself, first of all, we have to get that whole term by itself, okay? So if we just move things around, if we add this to the right-hand side, we're going to get 10 is equal to 5 plus 8 times 1/2 to the x power. Okay, let's subtract the 5 over. Subtract 5, so we get 5 is equal to 8 times 1/2 to the x. Divide by 8 on both sides, divide by 8. So we get 5 over 8 is now equal to 1/2 to the x power. Okay, alrighty, so let's finish off this part B on the next slide. So we have 5 over 8 is equal to 1/2 to the x power. And on the right side, I just want to rewrite that 1/2, because again, I don't really like fractions that much. Actually, I'll word it that I'm not very fond of fractions. So instead, I'm going to write 2 to the negative 1 times x. So this is 2 to the negative x. So on both sides, because now our equation looks like this, 2 to the negative x, we can log base 2 both sides, right? Because we want to reverse the effect of this exponent, of this, that exponent 2 there. Okay, so those ones will cancel out and we get negative x is equal to log base 2 of 5 over 8. Okay, and finally we're just going to divide on both sides, right, by this negative 1. Okay, so then x is going to be equal to negative log base 2 of 5 over 8. And we can just plug that into our calculator. Also, before we do that, we can always move this negative 1 up to be the exponent on whatever is inside the parentheses here, okay? Because the exponent property works the opposite way as well. If you have a coefficient in front of your log, you can always move it up to be an exponent and live up there. So x could be written as log base 2 of 5 over 8 to the negative 1 power, and we can just flip that fraction in there to make it nice and simple to read. So x is equal to log base 2 of 8 over 5. And then if you were to plug that into your calculator, we would get something around 0.678. Okay, and that's our answer for part B. Okay, so that concludes our practice problems video for the section on logarithmic functions. I hope that helps, and good luck on your homework.